Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In the last video we had seen about React components. What are the types of React components, how to create them, how to import them into another files. In this video we will try to create a simple React application, and the name of the application will be greeting card application. After completion of application, it will look like this into our browser. So let's get started and try to code it. So first thing, open your terminal and create a new React app by the command npx create React app, and let's name it as greeting app. Once the application is created, we need to open that application or open that code inside our code editor. So the name was greeting app, and if you go into it and type code here, it will automatically be opened inside our Visual Studio Code. If you don't have that shortcut, you can navigate to the project and right click it, open inside Visual Studio Code. So we know the directory structure of our application we had seen in the previous video. Now we will remove the unwanted files. So the setup.js, we don't require it. Report web vitals, logo, then app.test.js file. Now inside index.js file, we don't require this report web vital function. So we will remove it from here. Inside app.js, we don't require this code. And we'll remove everything from CSS files. Skip it. Okay. Now if we try to run the application, it will be a blank website because it doesn't contain any content or any code. Wait it. Okay. It throws an error, cannot resolve logo.svg. Got it. So we need to remove this import from here. Once it is removed, everything is fine. So we can see the empty screen here. Now, let's try to create a new component for our greeting card, and we will create a new file. Let's say greeting card component dot yes. Once it is done, the first thing we need to do is import React, or else we can also use a shortcut. But for that, you need to download extension, and the extension is where it is. React snippets. So simple snippets extension, it is there. So if we go to the file and let's say RFC, then it will automatically create a functional components for us, or else you can manually type it, but it saves a lot of time. So you can use this package ES7, I think. Okay. So once it is done, we need to write the code for our greeting card component. But before that, let's import this greeting card component here. So inside app, we can write greeting card component, close it, and if you go to the browser, you can see greeting card component text appeared here. Okay, now let's go inside our greeting card component, and here let's create a div which will have the class name as card. We'll create a div which will have a class name of, let's say, card. We are going to assign this class name because we need some styling at the end. That's why. Okay. The first thing we are going to create is the balloons that we see here. Okay, it went problem. So first we are going to create a div which will have a class name of balloons. And inside that, we are going to put some emojis of balloons and celebration. This one. After that, we are going to use an image of cake. For now, I will keep it empty because if I add that, it's going to occupy the whole page. So let's add it later. Then after that, there will be a small heading which will say happy birthday, friend. You can add anyone's name there. And let's add one emoji at the end. Now, if we go to our site and see that balloons have appeared, then heading have appeared. Okay. After that, we will add a small paragraph tag. And in that, let's add a button. May your day be filled with love, laughter, and endless happiness. Also, add heart emoji if you want, or else you can keep it. Go to our website, you can see the paragraph tag has been added. Now, let's add another tag for balloons once more because it will look better. Go, then our content is there, but it doesn't look that good. So let's add styling for this component. So for that, we will create another file, greeting card component, but the extension will be .css. And we are going to write CSS for the JS file. If I split it to the right, so open to the site and close it from here, we can see these components, we can see this file side by side, and we can write the CSS for that. So I hope you know the CSS, how we write it, and let's write CSS for it. So first thing is .card, which will have, let's say, a background values, and background we will give it as triple F5F8, which will be white color. Then let's add padding, so 40 px. The radius for the card, which will be 25 px. Then text, we are going to align the text for the center, and width for the card, give it 50 420 px, maybe, and little bit of box shadow. So for that, 10 px, 30 px, and RGBA. Well, will be 0.25. If I look to our site, then it has not reflected. Why? Because we had not imported it. We need to import this CSS file to add that CSS in place. So for that, we will add import and the name of the file, greeting card component .css. Now, if you go to our site, you can see a card has been appeared for here. Okay. You can see a separate card which have a box radius. Then we have some shadow there that we had written in the CSS. After that, Let's add an image. So for that, if I go to browser and search cake image, and let's take this one. Which one? Let's take this one. We'll copy the image address, and if we go to our image tag, there will be one src element, and we need to paste it here. Okay, to go to the site, our running site, we can see the cake have took, took all the we need to. So for that, we will create a class name for this image tag, which will have the class name as cake, and in the .css file, it will have a width of, let's say, 180 px. Then let's give margin, which will be 20 px, and 0. If you see it, you can see it looks much better now. The card is there. The cake have been appeared a small thing. After that, we need to write the CSS for this heading and subheading. So for that, let's write dot card, and inside card there is one heading. So you can see inside div as card there is one heading tag and there is one pivot. So it uh, we can write in this way. So for the heading, let's give the font size as 2.2 rem, and color will be FFF, sorry, double F 4081. With the red color, let's add a margin. So it will be 15 px and 0. So if we look at, then now it looks better. The heading appeared big. After that, we need to add the CSS for paragraph tag. So we'll write the same. Inside card, there is one paragraph tag and add the CSS for it. So it will have a font size of 1.2 rem. Then the color, let's give it hashtag 4 gray color. And the margin will be 15 px, 0 and 25 px. If we look at how it looks, yeah, it looks better now. Once this is done, we need to add the CSS for our balloons. So balloons will have the font size of 1.6 rem. We go and see. Yep, now they have appeared in a much better way. Now the only thing we need to do is to align this card at the center. So as we know that if we inspect and if we use this inspection element, select element that, then everything here is the body. This part is whole the body of our web page. So for that, let's go inside our main.css file, inside index.css file, and inside body tag, we'll remove this, we'll add display as flex, then the justify content as center. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it appeared to be at center part. After that, align items at center. Then we need to add a height of, let's say, 100 ph and margin as 0. Okay, now if you see, it looks better now. The content has been placed at center. The card has been placed at center. We can add a linear gradient for background color. So for that, let's say we can use this thing. It will go website. Now it looks better. So in this way, we had created our simple web project, which displays a greeting card whenever we open it. I will paste the CSS in the description so you can directly copy and paste it inside your CSS files. Okay. So let's meet in next video.